What's up, everybody? My name is Danon, and welcome to Honestly. So one of the reasons I love OnePlus so much is because it feels a lot like this channel, and I'm probably being a little delusional here, but please bear with me. But it's a lot like this channel in the sense that like the following for OnePlus is a little smaller, but the people who love it love it. And then on top of that, it may not have all the bells and whistles like this channel. Like we're not using like a red cinema camera. We're not using crazy expensive lights. This phone doesn't have the best camera in the world. It may not have a big network or a big studio of people. This phone doesn't have this huge ecosystem of like the phone and then the watch and then the earbuds with fitness tracking built into them and then the pay system. It may not have all that. But damn it if it's not a great phone. And it's like a phone that you're proud of, like you're so proud of it. I would take it out and I would purposefully like take selfies and I would do that with the camera and people would be like, what was that? Like, that's amazing. What kind of phone is that? And a lot of people don't know what this is. If you're not in your like mid 20s and you don't watch tech tube channels, nobody has any idea what this is. And so you feel it's like a very unique phone. But then you get really excited and you explain and people realize like, wow, it can really hold its own against some of the big boys like Apple and Samsung. And then you tell them the price and they're like, wow, it's 2/3 of the price? That's amazing. And people, their minds just, they're blown. But at the end of the day, like, they're probably not gonna subscribe. At the end of the day, they're probably gonna pick up an Apple or Samsung for their next phone. But you don't care because you love the phone, you love the brand, you love the community. I personally love this community because when I made the review on the OnePlus 7 Pro, you guys took my subscription, you guys took my subscribers from like, it went from 500 to 1,000 in like 2 weeks and it was mind blowing. It was the most humbling thing ever. And you guys are so welcoming and you guys were warm and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much and thank you for that. But I bring all this up because the OnePlus 8 Pro is gonna be released in about 4 or 5 days, 5 days from the time of this recording. And the things that I've heard, the leaks that I've heard, I'm super excited about it, but I'm also a little bit concerned. I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. But this is kind of my take on it. So right now, the rumored price on the OnePlus 8 Pro is starting about like $900 to $1,000 US, and that has me excited but also concerned because in one sense I'm excited, and you might like, why? Why are you excited for that dollar amount? And it's because like there's this thing psychologically where price is directly tied to value or what people value a product. So the most famous example I can give is like Warby Parker. When Warby Parker, the glass company, was first about to roll out their glasses, they were about to price them, I think, at like 79 bucks. And their professor in their MBA program was like, no, you're not doing that. And they were like, why? And they said, because people attribute the cost to the value of the product. And $79, people perceive that as being cheap. Well, these days I feel like when you have phones that cost $1,000 as a starting price, $750, $700, that I think might be perceived as being cheap. I know that's ridiculous because that's a crazy price tag already, but some people might perceive that as cheap. So I'm excited because I think that maybe by pricing it this much, OnePlus finally might get its shot with the big boys. It might finally get the attention it deserves because I think people might be like, $1,000, like that's crazy. What do you get for it? And then you line it up spec by spec and you realize like Snapdragon 865, 5G, crazy amounts of RAM and hard drive space, wickedly fast, great cameras. It's rumored to have 3 cameras, an ultra wide, a regular, and then a macro. The macro I'm super excited about. And then you've got this amazing wireless charging capability of 30 watts. I mean, just to put that in context, if that doesn't mean a lot for you, is that the warp charge on the 7 Pro, the wired warp charge, that was 30 watts charging. So for wireless 30 watt charging, that is insane. I'm super excited for it. And then also to give you comparison, the iPhone 11 is only going to have, the wired iPhone 11 charging only handles 18 watts, right? So that's mind blowing that it's going to be 30 watts. So on paper, the 8 Pro is going to line up head to head against the big boys out there, against the top line Samsung, against the top line Apple phone. And it's exciting. And I'm excited for OnePlus because of that. But the thing that I'm concerned about is that now that OnePlus is going to start competing with those guys, it's kind of like, what does that do to them as a brand? Because if they price their phones now at $1,000, it's going to be hard for them to go back. Like, I don't think they're gonna be able to price their next phones at anything less than 1,000. But what you've seen from like Apple and Samsung, at least in my opinion, what I've seen from them is they roll out like tiny iterative upgrades, but they keep the price either the same, or they do what Samsung did, which again, if you can see my review here, is they threw in a lot of gimmicks, things that people don't really need or want, and then they bloat the price up. And I'm really worried because for me, like OnePlus always delivered fantastic value for the price. Like it seemed like it was cost realism. Like they were realistic about what this hardware would cost you. But now that they're in that top flagship level price, I'm just worried that they're gonna start becoming like all the other boys. It's just such a cheesy way to put it, but I'm a little concerned. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I'm worried that the next iteration, the 9 Pro and the 10 Pro, that they're going to start giving us either really tiny increments of upgrades for the same price, or they're going to start throwing in gimmicky things that nobody really wants, and again bloating the price. I'm worried that now that they're fighting with those that price competition, that kind of, you know, those big boys, that they're gonna start changing who they were and what at least I really loved about them as a brand. That they always brought value. I thought they brought the right amount of value. And I'm not worried about the 8 Pro because I do think the 8 Pro delivers for the price point, right? Like they're delivering like I already mentioned it, but I do think that they are really competing. They're very competitive with what the other flagships are offering at a higher price point. So I'm not worried about the 8 Pro so much as I'm worried about the future of OnePlus and what this new price tag means for it. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'm probably gonna be picking up the 8 Pro when it comes out. I'm not a big YouTuber, so I won't get it early, but I hope you guys do subscribe and check out my review of it. And hopefully we'll get to 5,000 subscribers after that video so that I can finally put some kind of meme together that's like, oh, over 5,000, you know, the whole Vegeta thing. Sorry, that was a really terrible way to end this. But anyways, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay honest.